Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. How we doing? Imperial Jedi here. I think today we're going to listen to some in-game music. Kind of crazy and a little bit of a, crazy and craving. Forget it. How do you speak? Hello, welcome in. John, what's going on, dude? Yeah, I have such high expectations for the music in-game because Cities 1 hit so well. But I feel like the same two radio stations might be a bit repetitive on our 27th episode. Which is kind of cool, eh? Much to do. There is now 1,700 individual projects ongoing with no real end in sight. That's kind of cool, too. Our poor city just feels like fields of unending dreams, eh? And the one thing that I noticed when we first loaded up the map here is, one, traffic is like, oh my goodness. But two, we don't have enough train vehicles anymore, eh? So pay no mind to the absolute sea of icons. But if we could start with like a new rail depot over here, help kind of transition from like small town to city, that'd be kind of cool, I think, right? It gives us something to do. And I feel like right in here, eh? That way the loop coming in can kind of like have its own loop. Serve the city, use that kind of corridor there. Also something on like the far side of the mountain here, you know? Anyway, so how we all doing? It's been about a week or so. Buy some new tiles. We had a 24-hour stream on Twitch, which is like crazy to think about. Somehow survived. Don't necessarily recommend those, but it was kind of fun though at the same time too, eh? John, hope all is well with you, sir. Why don't we arterial road this? Keep getting all these questions as to like, why are you under the region so often? But it kind of makes it feel like it's not the end of the map for me, I guess. All right, well, let's connect this up if we can. The fact that it's an arterial road now, like, I think I want to like sneak underneath, but then what do we do for this junction? Go over top? Probably. Then I'd make the argument, like, why not make another... Oh, my days. You know, it's not that we're that far from that one. But if that got changed into a four-way almost, eh? No, I think there's just enough room that we could convincingly put a new interchange right here and not have to change too much of the story. It's just like the million-dollar question. Is that too much of a bridge, though, eh? Yeah, I like the idea of going underneath. I don't know if we even need another interchange over here. Just more connectivity, especially if we're putting in like a rail yard. And then if there ends up being like, you know, like a mini suburb or something, like people end up living here, how do you get to in and out? It's not terrifying. We raise that one slightly. Well, I appreciate you guys joining us. Progress does continue. How do you measure progress, really? Like, a city is never done. It's just between budget meetings. That should be on a t-shirt, right? And I don't know if there's been like much in the way of development, but the city's people put out a little patch, not a patch, a little like dev diary thing, word of the week. And we're celebrating 6 months now with Iceflake. And that's crazy cool. It's been like longer than I thought, eh? Let's maybe stretch that a little bit further over. I think in 6 months we've had like a really big turnaround for the game. Just with like attitude, playstyle, mods. Romy, hello there. I hope you guys have had a fun 6 months, eh? Romy, what's up? Welcome in. How's the day treating you? Any of you guys make your way over to the Twitch stream on Friday? Come on, there it is. I don't mind that. That's kind of like how the road's going through. You stream on Twitch? I do. Splitting our time between 2 platforms now. Crazy, crazy times, eh? Romy, what's new? What's happening? We are inundated with wildfire smoke today. It's crazy. Quite the season so far. With not a lot of rhyme or reason, I do want to kind of piece this together and have some roads that kind of flow with it. And it should feel like an extension to this town. And then maybe the river is kind of like a fun dividing force between the two. Like we have like a green belt or something going through here. Oh, actually, I like the idea of that a lot. To help maybe excel that really quickly, let me just throw in some, just like a massive pocket of trees here, eh? It's a cute idea. Some walking paths and like a little scenic overlook or something that'd be kind of fun. Campsite. We still need to like officially make something in the mountains over there. One of our many ongoing projects. And then like, I don't know, man. I'm scared to try, but we got to get the water going again in here. I've run out. This poor pump, you know what I mean? It's like, bro. Help. Oh, heaven. And the flooding, look, it went away. All it took was like 25 years, but not so bad, eh? No, not so bad, bud. All right, well, just out of sheer curiosity, can you start this whole operation again? So, generic constant level water source. Fills quickly until it gets to the desired level, and then maintains that level. If it has a target elevation below the ground level, it can drain water. Okay. Behavior and color will change depending on whether it's placed inside the map boundary, at the map boundary, or outside playable area. So this is all kind of like pretty straightforward on paper. We got it wrong though the first time. I didn't mean to suddenly like beeline to this, but I wonder if part of it was like we didn't add enough terrain to kind of hold. If that makes any random sense. Just double check our dimensions here, you know. No leaks, you know what I'm saying? At first glance, I really don't understand why it didn't work, so... Right-click to designate the water surface elevation. And then we've now placed it. Okay. Free speed. So right-click to remove water source. I want it to be, I think, a bit taller, right?
Bring you a special news bulletin.
A severe hailstorm
So
is
right-click for that height,
to crops
and then click, and then let's try that now.
We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is past.
Or, no, sorry, hang on. Maybe that was the issue I had last time. Maybe I want it to be just like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, well, let's let that loose, and we'll come back on that and see if it's good or bad news. Then we'll just work over here on the rail yard in the interim. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. I feel like I missed you, eh? It's been a week or so. All right, now what's the over-under on that area of flooding, do you think, eh? What are the Vegas odds on that one? Yeah, Romy, productive weekend? Panda and I went on a movie date last night. Very cute. No. Uh-oh. ¿Y por qué no?
This is Synth and Steel Radio.
All right.
I'm your
That's kind of
host,
looking kind of
James
cool.
Fleming. Here's another song for you.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
Shopping on Friday, lazy Saturday, barbecue on Sunday, and a lazy Monday. That sounds great.
Today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right? Interesting news.
Looking
And
like a
there we go. I don't know what it'll take, but if there's a DLC one day and it's like legacy radio hosts, I'll be like, oh my god, give it to me. Now, I feel like the last thing we need is one more connection to the region, but you never know, right? Yeah, never know there, buds. All right, so it's a simple loop through here. Please and thank you. And how many vehicles do you give us? 8, so that's fine. Maybe we jump the gun now and add a little bit extra. That we don't have to like worry too much about trying to like get that going once the loop is finished. Oh, whoops. Oops. And then, I don't know, any big revelations in the workshop in the last week or two? Like you miss a week of streams and then the world just goes on without you, huh? All right, so thinking out loud here. If all goes to plan and we get a little bit of traffic solved and we get a little bit more connectivity in a small town, I think our efforts should be shifted again towards the, I almost said elevator, the airport. I don't remember where we ended off with that. Time's kind of a weird one. I think we got like enough of it started that it looks cool, but I don't think we have enough of it finished that it's like, you know, stamped, sealed, done. And then mainly just double checking the transit to the airport. I really just don't remember what we've done for it so far. Oh, what? These long, super-sized giant trains are wild. I still don't know why we're using them the way we are. That is so insane, dude. Where are you going to go, even? How are you going to get there? Just leaving for the region. All right. Okay, so why don't we pause? Do that a little bit differently. I need this one to come through first. And then theoretically, 1 day closer, transport fever. When are we going to find some more news out, buds? What are they waiting for? Oh, that's crazy. If that's like one intersection. It kind of is, but it's a little bit like, huh. Yeah, looks like that side works. That's interesting. Yeah, I actually might try to like keep this, eh? Like, would roundabouting make that safer though? I shouldn't like this because it's horrifying, but I do kind of like that. Let's try deconstructing that and building it a little bit more efficiently and see if we can get some joy. But a level crossing wouldn't be the end of the world if it's in the boonies. I just don't think it's like a smart idea for like a major road is all, you know? We'll see how this ends up, but rail priority should be the first thought here, you know? And I just love train stuff, so if this takes too long, no problem. Where you going, buds? You know we're in no rush. That's so crazy. But like just making it look functional, that's our goal really, right? And then like beelining out that way to maybe reconnect as well to continue the loop. And like coming in from like, you know, here. Yeah, let's find a way to make that that function. Oh, hey there, Grandpa. Shumway, what up, dude? What do you mean, Grandpa? Hello? Am I up at 5 a.m. or something all of a sudden? Bro, if that makes me a grandpa, my goodness, eh? Shumway, top of the afternoon to you. Hope all is well, sir. Okay, maybe get rid of that. I'm not like 100% sold on this bit of infrastructure here, so this can potentially change as well, like the angle of the bridge and stuff. I wanted to pass like the vibe check. So if we look at it, you know, zoom on by, see from the overhead, zoom in, it doesn't feel like off, then I'll be happy. Shumway, not too bad, man. Just like wildfire smoke is so bad today, dude. Talk of the town, unfortunately. Yeah, the grand scheme, not bad, man. Went and saw the new Spider-Man last night. That was kind of exciting and fun. Good feels out of the, you know, comic book movie. Then yeah, survived the 24-hour. That was like incredible as an effort. Hope everyone's safe as they can be. Yeah, they've been pretty like on top of evacuations and that kind of stuff. Just the wind shifted today and like the entirety of Vancouver is just full of smoke. It's very like dystopian. Like the sun is shining, but you would never know. You know what I mean? Very creepy. Probably not too good for the health, you know? I feel it today. Lock in and watch Odyssey at some point. Yeah, I got to see that one as well, dude. Just 2 movies in 1 month. Oh my god, who's got the budget for that, you know? Stu, what up, man? Missed a 24-hour stream? The VOD is still available if you really like, you know? We survived, though, man. It ended up being a Skylines and Project Zomboid party for the most of it. Like, genuinely tremendous fun. In the heat of the moment, you know, a couple of the hours felt a little bit long and tough, but I had enough fun that I would do it again one day. I need to go back to the old Canada at some point. Well, make sure you come visit here, dude. Maybe we try level crossings here, just to be a little bit different. And then let the highway kind of be like the arterial. The 24-hour, it is very tough on the system. Like, I'd rather do like a dozen 12s in a row versus 124. Like, not a lot of people should be driving through here, but if we're using a wide road, I feel like I'm kind of going in a circle, but like, all these level crossings just creates traffic. Yes? Yeah. And dude, I was like pleasantly surprised with Spider-Man. I'm more of like Batman, like DC kind of universe. Marvel's always been kind of like, you know. But like genuine feels and like a good effort, you know? Well, it's Spider-Man. And Spider-Man for me is like Tobey Maguire, right? So I got that going against it. Hope you and Panda can visit Berlin next year. TwitchCon Berlin. You never know, dude. A little bit too early to think about it, but not entirely out of the question yet. Then yeah, where do we go with this that makes sense to connect, right? Because like this coming into here would make sense, but then how do you get there? What are you doing, right? Okay, let's bring this in. It's just kind of like connecting the dots, I feel like, between some of these arterial roads. Yeah, this one just stands out as, like, not necessary almost. It's so weird to me. I'm getting, like, spidey senses, speaking of which, eh? My spidey senses are tingling. The other crazy thought is, like, maybe this gets scaled upwards.
Good day, good everything. This is James Fleming, and you're listening to the one and only radio station that covers the rural areas of our beautiful country. This is Synth and Steel Radio. Don't touch that dial.
Make the highway into a bit more of the
thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major
arterial,
roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim.
Oh, brother, I don't know, eh?
Is in a hurry to get somewhere.
All right, well, let me drink some coffee. Let me think this one through, but it'll come to us.
And if you can,
I think the process is kind of fun too, eh?
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking.
Jan, that's literally how I felt, eh?
Besides, if I
gave up on Marvel after the Avengers. Too many characters and crossovers. Yeah, there's a lot of retelling of the same story, right?
Somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already
like Spider-Man, for example. There's like 100 Spider-Mans, but
if you're planning a quick trip out, you
all right,
might
don't
want
want
to wait.
Chit chat over these. It was good though. It was good. The overall was good. I enjoyed it, but all right. So what in the heck is going on with this? Eh? Let's get rid of that. Let's maybe have an extra lane for the... Oh, heaven. Okay, so that one wants to turn right. If we can get a... Or actually, hang on. Yeah, we're starting to get this now. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us, eh? Hope the day's treating you well. I'm still, like, geeking out over the fact that we're this many episodes in. We have a city here. And Skylines having its, like, resurgence. You know, like, 2.0 No Man's Sky era. Like, about time, eh? Heckin' yeah, bud. do one of these split phases with a protected left. That should help a little bit with traffic coming in, right? And then that road can kind of like sneak around here in a little roundabout instead. I did lots of gaming this weekend. Heroes of Might and Magic, the Golden Era, and then a new Manor Lords update. I want to try the Manor Lords update on YouTube, actually. Glad you actually reminded me of that, eh? Manor Lords is such an interesting one because the game is phenomenal. And like every few months, they basically like rebuild it. And it feels like Manor Lords 1.2, Manor Lords 1.5, Manor Lords 2, Manor Lords 2 Electric Boogaloo. It just feels like we're on like a third or fourth version of the game with no end in sight. And that's like cool, but also like, what are you doing, you know? Okay, so we made it this far with the arterial. And I feel like that's got to come into that a bit better. I think my goal for our next city, already thinking that far ahead, is it should be like a bit more of an organic storytelling city where we start smaller. Maybe everything is already unlocked. And we can just kind of have like what would be like, you know, a feeling through the eon. So we can maybe start in like, in our minds, in like the 1900s. And we have like, you know, the founding of the city already done. But like, what's the next evolution when things like the automobile start to come around, right? Try to transport fever it a little bit, you know? I'd like to commit a bit more to some of our choices and then just kind of like see where that takes us. Because it's not a bad way to play. Kind of joke that we're like building a puzzle here and I don't know what the box looks like. We just kind of, you know, toss some pieces down and if they fit, we keep them. If not, you know what? That piece might fit somewhere else, right? But I think there's like many ways to play, but it feels like this playthrough is like the vibe check. Like, how does the game feel? What's new in terms of like mechanics? You know, how does the workshop feel? Can we kind of bring some old tips and tricks in? Does stuff from Cities 1 kind of transfer over? Like, what's it like to be a new player, basically, right? And then how do we make that into, like, an organic storytelling? The ongoing saga. What is City Skylines? I think a roundabout might make sense here instead of just like a interchangey, but I'm effectively just trying to get this one to go to that one. And then we would need something here to help kind of like... Oh my heavens, this is so incredibly over-engineered in a way that's like, what you doing, my friend? But I don't know, you know what I mean? We're having fun today, I think, right? I think so. Alright, so talk to me about a roundabout instead here, eh? And I wonder, like, I feel like we're probably getting close, right, to a, like a DLC announcement for this game. Much as I would just love free patches forever, I don't think that's, like, super realistic. Nor is that really, like, part of, like, Paradox's, like, model, right? I was saying before, like, yeah, 6 months of, Snowflake. Ice flakes, snowflakes, ice flakes. That's incredible. And like, if nothing else, like the conversation of the game has at least changed, you know? Still has a bit of an early access feel to it. In like a good way, right? But and then yeah, Shumway, kind of like with that thought, like building a region instead of just trying to build like one super mega city that has like distinctly different cities, because eventually this will feel like just one big massive city, right? It's already starting to. I feel like City Skylines does not really give me enough of a playing field. Like, even if you build your cities of this like size, right, you can maybe get like 2 or 3 with what would feel like the appropriate distance between them. But for me, City Skylines 2 just feels like one giant mega city builder. The region should be bigger if you're going for like a regional build. That looks cool, actually. Yeah, I think that roundabout makes more sense. I like that. Let's do a second lane here for just a second. That way you get a bit better for the usage of the roundabout here. And then I might insist actually that we make this wider. Oh, you insist? Oh, I insist actually. Oh, really? No, I don't know actually. The king of indecision is indecisive, eh? Yeah. Well, if you guys have thoughts, especially like you watching at home, eh? As long as we're, you know, just having some fun with the game, why would we not keep playing Skylines, right? Series after series. Obviously, we can't just build an ecosystem of only this game. It'd be kind of cool if we could, but I quite like that, actually. We slow it down slightly for the roundabout, is the way that kind of is like being interpreted. And then 2 lanes can leave, and then you shuffle over if you need to. There you go. And then these should not be like used all that often, just because it's like in and out of the yard as the train comes. Well, no, I meant in generality. Oh, okay. Let's do one of those. And one of those. And that's like a little bit over the top, but I think enough connection points that I'm not unhappy, you know? Yep, I'd buy that. I believe I understand what I'm looking at if I see it. Connect those back up. That one can just get in there eventually, but... And then 3-speed our friend over here for a second. That's a bit of a bottleneck. And if you wanted to make this like, you know, the organic storytelling, let's say like this is how it started. The way we can increase the flow rate is like a little flyover arm. But then if we're like doing storytelling, that might take like a few episodes to build, but it's kind of, you know, thinking out loud for the next series kind of feeling, right? I have a broken record, but I do feel like that is probably one of the best things about this game. You just play it how you want, and where you live is such an affecting factor. So, like, it just blows my mind forever.
Stargazers are in for a real treat tonight, as the Aurora Borealis is expected to light up the night sky.
That's right, Jim. Don't forget to look up this evening. It promises to be quite a sight. Industry in the region is on the rise, and when business is doing well...
I have not had a chance yet this season to see the Northern Lights.
This boat, Glenda?
It's always just like cloudy or something, eh, this year? I still remember, like, just, you know, what was it, 2 years ago now? That massive, you know, when everyone across the whole world got a chance to see him, you know? As far down south as, like, Louisiana or something crazy like that, right? Oh, that's cool. I quite like that. Yeah, I feel like us northern climates, we're a little bit more spoiled, eh? Like, you see the northern lights, like, yeah, you know. That's not true. They're actually the coolest things ever for always. And a partial solar eclipse next week. Well, that's cool too, actually. Huh. Okay, let me see this in action now. Oh, that's cool. Looks like an Egyptian hieroglyphic, doesn't it? The Eye of Ra says traffic will be okay today. Oh, really? Maybe there's one extra lane right there. Because why would you just die to, you know, Porque? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So silly. The simple joys that this game just literally gives you, eh? My goodness. This game is a lifestyle choice. I swear to God, eh? All right, now, $1,000,000 question. Have we flooded the city, or is this going to be working the way we want it to? I know you're curious and eager, eh? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, okay, okay. That's not bad. This should be a little bit higher, though, right? The fact that we're not falling backwards with our water is fantastic. I wonder if we need to be, like, a smidgen taller. Let's right-click to remove that. I'm going to set the height to be, like, a bit taller this time around. So, like, we're right there now. And I'll plop that just over here and say, like, dead middle. And that should, I believe, gently raise us more here. I think our goal would be to, like, get the river flowing again. Get the water pump working. If we deem that this is, like, not salvageable, we can always just do a little tiny one here and let some water flow, but... Fun experimentation. Visually still looks awesome. Very commanding. I still can't believe we've built, like, half the things we've built here. But more time. More time for that to kind of figure itself out, I think is what I'm gathering there. And that's not horrifying. It's just a little bit odd looking. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I do know what you mean. Okay, well then, let's pretend we have, like, a country road here that's not attached to the highway. And we should try to get a little bit of industry, maybe zone 3 here as well. And we're at that special spot in our demand where, like, offices are starting to go up. So our industry is getting converted to, like, something like a bit more, like, sustainable in terms of, like, environmental factors. And what's really cool, too, is the offices, as you know, when they go back and forth between each other for products, you just make so much money. Then we can lower the taxes of our people. And then invest more in services alongside. And then all of a sudden, it's like, this is the mecca. Like, you want to live in this city, you know? I'm very tempted to, like, make this into a stop sign. But I wish we could do, like, stop sign only on one side, you know? That's something weird that they, like, did not carry over from Cities 1, eh? Stop sign DLC. Maybe not. No, he's got to be patient, but I do reckon we'll see something soon, eh? feel like buyer beware, but why not have a left-hand turn here? Just do that. And bring that in. Almost. A little funky in here. Oh, it's these two nodes are very close together. We're going to remove the node with the power of a mod here. We're going to try that one more time. So cut that literally in half. Here's your turn lane. And that gets shuffled over. And then that goes away. And then that goes in. And then we should be okay. And then arguably not a lot of traffic here. So hopefully okay. And then let's go do some airport stuff, eh? Look at all these little side streets, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, off the top of your head, where do we leave off at the airport? I feel like we got some of the transit. We for sure got all the highway connections and whatnot, like the road works. And I think we put a gosh, what was it, like a train? Cargo? Oh, I remember too. We may actually have to adjust one of the flight lines because of the way the airplane beelined up. Yeah. Why are you being a little bit weird, eh? I don't remember. I'm sure we're out in the big picture. Well, we're just like, I think at this point, we're like going to try to fill in as much as we can before my computer is basically like, no, dude. But let me try to finish this thought here. We'll do kind of a city tour overview. And then just like all things in Skylines, just takes, you know, a few more steps than you think it will, but we'll get there in the end. As long as we don't go too crazy in between, right? No, I mean, why lose patience over something like this anyway, right? It feels good when you get there in the end. All right, so the grand scheme, right? Small town over here. Cute little suburb. We got some industry. We got some stuff that's going to feed into the seaport. This will be lots of farms when it's all done, too. And then just, you know, a little bit of living. Just a quieter, smaller, you know, version of our big city down here. And then we're connected with, like, many forms of transit, but like heavy rails, we got some buses, we got our highways. We might sneak some trams a bit closer, we'll see, but we transition over from our small town into the outskirts of kind of the big city. We're going to use our river as a bit of a greenbelt dividing line, and that was kind of like the thought process to like get the water going back again through here. And then that can be kind of like, yeah, like a nice big border between like the small town that grew, the small town here that got absorbed by the big city, and then we kind of scale down a bit so you still have your nature and your trees and all your, you know, your happy animals, right? And then kind of like a distinct suburb of one of the cities, whether it was like our little one here, if you want to call that a city, but smaller density, pockets of big density, but a lot of houses down here. And then this is our historic old harbor, our old industrial port area, and this got converted. It's no longer stinky, smelly, but it's like brickworks and, you know, all the hipsters and your burger joints. And you got your, like, breweries, you know? This is cool. I like how this turned out. And then the scale and density got a bit bigger than I thought it would be. But that's kind of cool at the same time, too. And then we scale into massive downtown. This is like, in air quotes, the new build. And our industry eventually got pushed over, and this could have been maybe its own small town that had its industry. The small town existed down here, but effectively, like, this is the industrial powerhouse of our city. Everything on the map gets built over, you know, on the yonder, gets brought down here for sale, which is kind of cool. And then how do you transition correctly from, like, big city to this without it making, you know, a mess or whatever? And that's kind of where we're at. And then over here to break ground, we do have our new airport. Very cool. Very, very cool. And so, yeah, we did get the train station in here after all. Oh, yeah. Cargo. We got some cargo chilling areas, too. That's fun. Got cargo planes. Well, that's better than I thought, eh? But I don't think we have buses yet. No. Okay. That's cool. And then we've got, like, tourism, our little prison. Got to fill this whole side in eventually. And if we don't, then it's going to feel kind of like, you know, the region is missing something, right? So
it's about time we check in with our listeners.
that's kind of it, eh?
This one is from
Got our
Steve,
water park, we got our
out in
golf
the
course,
country.
we have our
Steve writes,
mountain
"It
range,
seems like the
our
brain
water
drain you guys
dam.
been having
This is going to
concerns
be
about in our
a
state
national
is about
park.
to change with a new university in the Highlands.
I'm going to swap this out here. Oh, the Highlands, the Scottish Highlands. I'm a sucker. I can't resist. Synthetic Dawn, I can't resist. So good. Anyway, I'm pleased. It's very ambitious, and I do feel like we've crossed the halfway point, but we're, like, still quite a few episodes away from this being, like, an air quotes done. And then, hypothetically, my computer might just tell us when we're done ahead of time, you know? Politely. Yeah, see, excellent for not having too many ground crossings that are level. Or whatever I'm trying to say, right? We're blocking some traffic here, because these guys are like 2-3 trains deep now waiting, but... Oh, is it a train crash? Is that even possible? Oh, it's different. I might need to get rid of these long trains. And you're just loading right now? I'm a bit sad that I can't stop by Gamescom this year to meet other Canadian streamer. Who's going to Gamescom? The other. Only like 3 of us, right? Okay. Just to say that we built some stuff before I run to the airport. I'm going to zone a bit more of this out. And let's do some public transit near the airport and get some, like a little business lounge kind of going over there. So if we're flying in just for, like, you know, a meeting or two, you could maybe have that at a hotel nearby. And then do we have an expo center? Speaking of expos, eh? Expose. No. Expos, comma, A. Oh, okay. Yeah, convention center by the airport. And then a convention center that also is, like, downtown. That would be pretty helpful. Not all of them, just a few more. I feel like knowing our luck, the second, in air quotes, we're like, all right, guys, done with the airport. The very next day, there's going to be like a mod to help you build custom airports. I would bet you, right? Much better. My aunt and uncle are leaving the island they live on to retire, so me and my brother are going to visit them one last time there. That's cute and fun. Well, good for them for making it, eh? That's very wholesome. Oh, that lines up? Was that a plan on purpose? I don't know. Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's say along the road that has the buses, that can be a smidgen more developed right now. I think this should maybe extend just to the stadium. Let's rezone this. Accidentally put a water source here. Whoops. You're right. No, no, no. Speaking of Manor Lords, I still just like the Manor Lord zoning. It just lives rent-free forever in my head. Just, you know, every time I have to do our little trick right here to get, like, the zoning squares to cooperate, all I think about is, like, what could be. Have you tried the Manor Lords update, or is that just kind of, like, on the docket? No, you said you played over the weekend. How'd you find it? And is this just the stuff that was in beta? Is this now on stable branch? Is that kind of effectively what happened? If you guys are just joining us, though, if you missed what I said earlier, I have this like burning desire to play Manor Lords like always, and I go through cycles where I just can't resist. And the game just got a big update, and it's such a confusing one too, because the game was like quite literally the most wishlisted game ever, and they just keep rebuilding it, and everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool." Let's make this into, there we go, low rent. And then, like, a smidgen of urban promenade, especially near the bus depot. That's kind of cool. A few hours in. New animal mechanics are interesting. Got cows now! No way! Oh, we have to play that then, eh? Okay, that's a big update then. Am I wrong though when thinking it's like every few months it's like Manor Lords, like a new version comes out? It's almost like they could have just like made the first one in Unreal 4, kept it there, and been like, guys, we can't get to our roadmap. We're going to come out with Manor Lords 2. We'll see you soon. And then just to start our services right over here, we've got elementary, we've got high school, and we have our college. Okay, I'm going to put one more elementary over here to help kind of keep that going. There we go. Okay, cute. I'll put a little laneway in here to their personal parking lots. Oh, the staff. I don't think kids are driving yet, eh? No, probably not, eh? Oh, that's not the one I wanted to use, but... Couple more anchor points there. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want. Well, shoot, I guess while the Manor Lords is kind of hot, like, we got to figure out what day we want to do that. But do I just surprise you guys with an extra stream day and not really announce it? And I wonder, too, like, is this the kind of game where we want to maybe, like, give it a couple trial runs? I don't think I want that connected. And then, you know, like, play it live for a little bit to learn, and then try a pre-recorded series? Is like that the play? Alright. What do you want here for parks? Something kind of like green space feeling. Oh, the campfire site. Oh, that's a cute little asset for the down the street from the bus. And then, like, yeah, like a green. Oh, the hedge park would be kind of cute in here. Just a little bit too big, eh? And then, like, you know, like a dog walking park or something. Yeah, dog activity zone. That's so cute. Oh, dog activity park. I can't read. Yeah, that's cute. And if we can, maybe like a playground. That's where I spent most of my days. Really. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Yeah, the Mandalorian's vids I watch on YouTube are mostly about chill gameplay. If you want to evaluate this niche, that's the ones kind of like in air quotes do well. I do try to make YouTube a bit more chill, even if it's like contrary to how I'm kind of like feeling, you know. Twitch is for the wild hypes, you know. You just want somebody to kind of like find success, right? I'd argue there's enough of the internet out there that, like, if you put in the effort, you can find the success you're looking for. I think just kind of sticking with it. But you know what they say, right? Like, your vibe attracts your tribe. So if we just keep at it, we'll keep getting more people that are kind of, like, in this, you know, vibe. And at some point, you just have enough of you that you can just kind of make something of it, right? And we were very close to that before with the old YouTubes. And then the Twitch sphere just called to us very, like, often. We just became, like, diehard Twitch streamers for the longest time. But I just miss YouTube, you know? Different thoughts, different goals, different people, you know? And then can you run them all hand in hand, right? I don't see why not. Oh, sure, eh? Yeah, Jam. That's such a nice addition. I love the medium density. It seems to fit so much better in there, too, right? Just, yeah, some more houses in here. And oh my goodness, what have you done? Oops. Oh, cities. Why do you do this? I didn't want that, you silly. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. All right, slow and steady, block by block. Please don't mess this up. You're going on. This game is such a bamboozle because that's 180, according to the game. Even though we just beelined this way. Oh my god. Let's not worry too much. Just, like, you know, let it go. I think they wrote a song about that, right? And you know what? To help hide a bit of the jankiness of that one. Hey, yo, let's go. Romy, relax. Exactly. Relax. Don't do it. when do you want to go through with it? The 180.5, it's like, this game is very cute, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it wants to be serious professional simulation city software. But then often it's just kind of like, oh my days. What are you doing? Win trader for the world. And then, yeah, there's a few other city builders that are cooking right now, so we'll kind of see how the landscape evolves, but I still feel like Skylines is number one, eh? Super German, for me, everything has to be super symmetrical. Listen, I'm, like, not even German, and I vibe that. I don't mind if it's, like, distinctly, like, noticeably off, but if it's, like, less than 1 degree, and it's kind of, like, your brain's, like, twitching, and you don't understand why, like, I don't like that feeling. That is literally phenomenal. All right. I'm not sure where it went, but our demand for offices seems to have disappeared. My goal was to kind of plop down a few custom towers over here. Just, you know, little things at a time, right? But since demand has shifted from office to a little bit more industry, let's maybe pop down a couple things over here. Help kind of fill in some of these blanks, you know? Get some surfaces used up as well. Because, yeah, traffic seems to have cooled itself down a little bit in here since we did our kooky rebuild. Which is kind of like, you know, huh. She is what she is, you know what I mean? I think in hindsight, though, I probably would redo this as a bridge. Even up and over everything. Like, tunnels are expensive, right? Tunnels are cheaper in the long run, theoretically, because you have less, like, destruction from the elements over the ground, but a lot of asterisks to all these things, I'm sure, but... Anyway, a little bit more zoning. That shouldn't really kill us in here. And then I think to help us with our ongoing offices, I'm just going to pop this up a little bit higher, our high school demand, so we're not missing out on too much here. Too much potential for smart people, right? And so I think a new group of smarty pants can live right in here. We'll give these guys a big old sports field because we've got plenty of room right now. What, like, what do you guys enjoy watching? Like, more of the chill stuff? Like, long-form series, or... I feel like we're just kind of, like, you know, shooting the breeze with this series in a fun way. If you guys are, like, feeling more, like, pre-recorded stuff, we got to start making the shift, you know? Doing American football over here. As long as we're not, like, super close to another one of these. No, that makes perfect sense. I love that. And then, yeah, keep an eye on time. We still want to hop on over to our airport and see how that's feeling. A little preliminary look at it. And then just, yeah, a little bit of parking over here. And then same idea, green space. Must never neglect the parks. Nuts. Any thoughts, questions you guys want to share as we're going here? Jay Dizzle, what up, man? Dude, I'm excited for this weekend. You're coming to visit. We're going to an air show. That's really cool. Yeah, maybe a little bit of shopping in here too. Why not, eh? I haven't even mentioned that yet. We're going to an air show. That's awesome. I'll have to post some photos. Oh my goodness, how cool would... Oh my gosh. Okay, they have to do a DLC for events. Like city events DLC. And if your city could have an air show, how incredibly awesome would that be? Like, that'd be so wildly fun that I couldn't even describe it. Oh, a little kiosk zone. Actually, how does that look right in here, eh? Let's see if that wants to zone in correctly. Oh, 0 demand. Oh, of course. Classic. It's got contacts, so I'll be able to see the planes. Cool. I'm scared of contacts, so I can't, like, put my finger in my eye kind of thing. It's so annoying. Just a little random crematorium over here. Okay, double checking back over here. Has the water. It'll be 45 minutes to go through the training. Oh my god, I'd be a lost cause. I don't know. I don't think our water source is high enough yet, eh? Alright, well, let's try this again. So we're going to remove it. I'm going to go slightly taller. Just ever so slightly taller. We'll just pop that in. And I'm just going to 3-speed and see if I can see, like, an immediate... Oh, yes! Okay, the water is moving. This could be dangerous. We'll check back on this in 15 or 20 minutes. Alright. Anything you can do with some of this traffic, I wonder? Oh! Okay. Do you know what we could do right here? Which is, like, super dorky. Yeah, it's just like this crazy interchange. Do you know what I mean? No, don't say anything bad about it. You love it. You made it. It's goofy. What I was thinking, though, is maybe to help with this, we could do another lane, but don't turn left. You have to jug handle. I'm not sure if that's going to be, like, disruptive or what, but that might maybe help a little bit with traffic here. I'm just curious. It's basically an interchange that only I could love, though, right? No, I like it. It's cool. It's dorky, but it's cool. I want that to be that part cut off. There we go. So no left, no right. We've done, I think, only one Jersey jug handle so far in this city. But the primary goal is to, like, not block the intersection here with people turning left, especially in Skylines 2 Vanilla. It's a very, very friendly thing to do. If we wanted to turn, we go this way. Dom, what up, man? Dom, we're absolutely tempting fate, dude. I've, like, rebuilt that water source a couple times now. I think I nailed it. We're gonna go check on that in a second and hopefully not flood the city. All right, So that's how you turn left, and then if this comes in a little bit tighter now, I would give you the chance to like swing over if you need to turn left. I was about to say, our builds have been like all over the place right now. Started in the small town, added a little bit more rail infrastructure. And how is Dom today? Doing well, we hope. Oh, good. The old water outside the map ever dry up? It did, as a matter of fact, eh? It did. All is well somehow over there now. Hence, like, trying to, like, restart the project, right? Okay, I see the issue. Kind of went a little bit overboard with this, eh? No, you're okay. You're all right. Because the thing is, we could keep that traffic light, and that could actually help, strangely. See what it's like without it, but it's a bit of an, like, high volume, but kind of an odd intersection that we've kind of, like, created here, you know? Dom, I saw the new Spider-Man last night. And I'm like a little bit behind on my Spider-Man lore, so I had to watch like the, you know, the 2 hours of like YouTube review videos. Here's what you missed if you haven't seen basically anything. I'm one of those like Tobey Maguire's my Spider-Man, but obviously like I understand, like there's multiple Batmans, there's multiple Spider-Mans, and they did the whole like, you know, the multiverse to kind of like help tell that tale. So I can believe and understand it, but this last one really, like, you know, I was impressed. Not being like the biggest fan of the current franchise for like Marvel and all that, kind of won me over a bit. All right, so that's like a faster flow rate off the highway. And then if that was not a thing, you just had to kind of like go when it was safe, would that actually work, I wonder? Can people play nice together? Like, I don't think we effectively need the second lane here now that I see what we've done. Let me bring this back. I don't remember the newer ones. I think I watched one in a flight. Yeah, I've seen like bits and pieces of them all, but not really like enough to kind of be like, oh yeah. Well, Dom, like, don't feel bad for being behind. It's like a decade of like, you know, in air quotes, storytelling content. And it's like Guardians of the Galaxies. It's like, you know, the Thanos snap. It's all of it together. This is the ongoing story. And there's been like, you know, recasting of like some characters, you know, it's kind of like, but then, you know, multiverse. It's like, oh, okay. Haha, that works. It literally works. Look at that. So you have your better ability to turn left now. That's cool. It's happy for the traffic going on and off the highway. And there's like enough gaps that everyone's kind of happy there. Cool. That's not bad. And then my favorite Goofy interchange is even goofier. Perfect. Oh my god. Leave me alone. How dare you. Alright, so what's happening here, eh? Oh, the waterfall. It's working. It is working. So yeah, water in the back of the map has evaporated. All is good there. We're trying to get some water through this system again. This is really drying up really quickly. And then we're using this now as kind of like a dividing line between city and city, and this is the green belt. We've added a few more roads in here. Got a little bit goofy, but we got trains, and for the love of all that is holy and good, what has happened here? Uh-oh. You're loading. But are you actually loading, or are you lying to us? These long trains are really fun to look at, but I just am a bit of a broken record saying that they're causing some trouble, right? Yeah, see, that had to despawn itself. Oh, heck. Yeah, that's like my actual trains are now getting blocked. Oh, heck. We need this to be, oh, my days. All right, where is your train line? So I need not the bottleneck happening here. Oops. Now, will you on your own figure it out, or do I need to... Oh, perfect. Thank you for getting the memo. And then if that one could just, like, fall... Yeah. That is a long train. They seem like such a good idea for fun when I downloaded them, and I had them in Cities 1, and it was like, oh, yeah, of course they're going to work, right? But they just seem like they bork out. And it's coming in to, like, grab, you know, again, like, raw vegetables, processed goods. But then it borks out in the loading process, it seems like. And are these just kind of, like, doing their own, or is this an actual line? It's a line. Got you some chores. See you on the other platform maybe later. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, the 52 wagon. Let's maybe not do that one. Let's do 20. Or just like, I don't know, man. 20 seems like a lot as well. Let's do freight train 8 wagon model. The default vanilla one. A cargo train. And then we'll try the 20 wagon. Just out of sheer curiosity, but... that should reset the trains here, and then our passenger trains should start moving, or so you would hope. All right, go, go, go. It's your turn now. You imagine a mod where you could take control of the trains, just like driving around like SimCity 4 style? How cool that would be. I swear to God, everything train related just makes me want Transport Fever all that much more, you know? Like, that game has the ability to literally be the bee's knees. That's such a cool thought. Not like, yeah, not every year you get a Transport Fever project. And then, yeah, like, is this going to be the last Transport Fever series? Like, are they going to try another... I wonder, eh? Transport Fever 4. I mean, you start getting a little bit, like, ridiculous at this point, right? Who are you, Sim City? Hey, trains. Cool, there you go. All right, so passenger trains. I'm not even sure how they ended up here. Yeah, see, that's, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. What in the heck has happened here? No. Brother, is not how that works. You're like, come on. What is this? Huh. I'm thinking to myself, like, how did that blue train end up over here, right? Oh my goodness. Bro, I have no words. This one's supposed to go from the small town over here to where? It may have just been a region that it goes to, but I think I'm going to delete that train line because it's kind of borky. And then we'll redo that one with more semblance of order. I'm happy we found this, but oh my heck and gosh. Yeah, we're just creating our own mess here. So that gets deleted for the moment. MJ Haas, how are you today? Welcome in. So this goes from here. Add a waypoint to run like that side. Yeah, I'm pretty sure our goal was like to sneak through here. We have a train already doing that though. So what happens when you don't play this game for like 100 hours in a row? You forget what happens when you sleep. MJ Haas, excellent, sir. We are wildfire smoked out today, dude. I feel it. This is a little bit of a mess. Oh, heck. How much time do we have left here? Oh, we're great for time. Oh, okay, good. Good. We still want to put a little bit more effort into the airport area. And then just get some of these trains figured out a bit more efficiently. Yeah, combo of like the 24-hour stream, but a little bit like sore throat today from the fire and just tail end of that feeling. Otherwise, not too bad. Just saying I saw the new Spider-Man. That was kind of cool. One day closer to some transport fever. Fingers crossed, hopefully. And apparently, like, great new Manor Lords update, which is like, that's good news. There we go. And then can I flatten this? That track according to the game. That's slightly better. Yeah, I feel like the traffic I'm trying to figure out the traffic. The transport fever needs a move it mod now. Yeah, as far as like connections go, if we could get something that like makes its way along the top end. Jazzy, what's up, man? Jazzy, appreciate you tuning in over here. Oh my gosh, it's so much like there's just never an end, eh? How do you build a city? You know what I mean? You build it all at once, all over the place, every... Oh my heaven. I know, there's just so much to do. All right, since we're redoing the trains, and I want a bit more of an efficiency model coming out of this. This one needs to jump up and over and then talk to that. And I think I'm going to try to go across here to the small town as one line. Kathy, good to see you, man. Tuesdays and Fridays, we do 2-hour streams in the mornings over here. 10 a.m. my time. And this is our 27th, which is crazy. So, oodles of content. We're effectively doing like a Let's Play series, but we're making it live. So it's kind of like a hybrid new age format. But been neglecting YouTube for too long there, buds. Too long. I think it's good to be back. Gotta start the, you know, the algorithmic churning and all that again, you know? Ah, struggling, man. Dad passed away last Tuesday. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, Chazzy, I'm sorry, man. Shows he was a good man, though, if you cared, you know? How a father should be. You gotta carry the torch. You gotta keep the memories. You gotta keep the stories going, you know? Even if they're hard to tell in the beginning. Not even everyone gets a chance to even, like, you know, meet their, you know, hang out with their pops or any of that kind of stuff, right? So, after you have some good years and good memories, that's important. I'll never be able to correctly say the right thing, though, you know? I'm really sorry to hear that, man. You are among friends, you are among distractions, so we'll keep you busy. He's in bad shape, so it's for the better. And that's always such a tough one, man. Especially if you start losing like your mental facilities too, you know? You just want everyone living their best life for as long as they can. You want like the impact that they have to be felt by as many people as they can too, you know? Good people deserve to be known.
This is an emergency broadcast.
Why is my Pathfinder getting all goof troop here, eh?
Damage to crops and property
Weird.
is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside.
Well,
until
what the heck
storm
is the point of this new bypass if it's not going to work, eh? Yeah, pathfinding failed. Weird. Hmm. Yeah, it quite literally is like from this point it's not working. Huh. I wonder if that has something to do with it right here, eh? Guys, appreciate breaking alert for Jazzy. Jazzy we've known for like eons. Jazzy and I hung out at TwitchCon Berlin when they had the very first TwitchCon in the EU. Tremendous fun. Okay. Seems to be working this time around. Oh, you know what's so funny? There's no way between these two tracks. Oh no. It's crazy, like the time anxiety, because like 10 minutes ago I was like, oh, we have plenty of time to do airport stuff. Now that I'm realizing that we're like still like a little bit like figuring out this train line, it's like, uh-oh. I don't know how, man. Episodes just like there's never enough time. And then like I'm such a broken record, but it literally like every single time I play Skylines, it's so like true. It does not matter how long your play session is. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 5 hours. There's nothing you're going to do in the allocated time that's going to make you feel like you've just done enough. It is such a strange struggle mentally.
This is an emergency broadcast.
You know, you're not really
to all
playing to be in a
citizens.
rush
A heavy storm is
or anything.
approaching
You're
the
just
city,
kind of
and the
playing,
likelihood of
right?
hail is very high.
But
Traffic
so help me
slowdowns
God,
and
there's
damage
just
to
no
crops and
end to this
property are
addiction.
expected. Citizens are advised to remain indoors until the situation passes.
Oh, wait, what the heck? This just redid its own... Where do you go now? Oh my gosh, the train line just redid itself, eh? Hipster! Hipster, hello! What a weird bamboozle that would be, eh? Finishing Red Dead. Some train just changed its routing. I don't know what the heck train was doing that. It's the cargo train. Oh, weird. I had the cargo train routing through the city, but I didn't put a waypoint. And then us just making that connection point effectively made that faster, so it's not going to bypass and block the passenger rail through there. That's a happy accident. So how'd you enjoy Brand New Day? I liked it way, way more than I thought I would, dude. It was like genuine feels. And for like it being like a longer movie, I was like, I couldn't get enough, man. I don't want to do any spoilers or anything, obviously, but I thought the dynamic between like, you know, Punisher and Spider-Man was like good, bro. I was like pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed it. And Panda and I watched like a 2-hour, like, you know, like video essay montage. Like, here's everything that you need to know going into New Day. It was all about the small potatoes. It was, dude. Like, yeah. I didn't realize, though, that that was like the Black Widow recast. I hadn't seen like that. So I was like, who is she? Ugh, Pipster, we need to talk about it without spoilers, you know what I mean? Alright, so train coming right into here. Got it. And then where is this one going? To the region? Or do you want to go to, Oh, heck. It would be kind of cool to go here and then back. I'm going to see Odyssey. I want to see Odyssey as well. It's crazy that it's like a lot of the same actors. Walk from one set to the other. I've done something. That's a different train line. Oh, that just confused me is what that did. Oh, heck, we're really running out of time now. No, 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 we are not. Don't you panic. All is well. Okay. That just goes straight to the region, or what? Yes, okay. Oh my goodness. The funny thing too, right, is I'll probably end up like redoing a lot of these trains, I think. Get more connectivity in there. So let's start a new line here, please. Can't quite get the waypoint. Oh my heaven. Right this side. All right, for the 100 millionth, trillionth, billionth, 17th time. What's that number? So starting here, yes, please. Patting across here, you got it. Over the bridge, yes, sir. Then we beeline to the left. Then we wanted to visit this station. Excellent. And then from here, I wanted to go to the French train station near the stadium. That's helpful. Then I wonder if getting to the other side of the track, just so we don't block that. And then this one going downtown. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that, eh? That's a cool one. Speaking of movies, we have to have our little watch party in the Discord soon, eh? If it's up your alley, guys, from like the YouTube side of the world, feel free to join our Discord. I don't really promote it as much as I should, but it's kind of a fun place. Cat pictures, car photos, discussions, games, watch parties. The only thing that's missing is you. All right, complete that route. Aha! Brains. Okay, so that took way too long, but we got it. And then just asking out loud, since we're going this far, this deep, this crazy with the trains, would it be possible to go from here to the airport? Oh my heaven. Where is this one going effectively right
We
now?
interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
The tracks are sort of set up for today.
Damage to crops and property is expected.
Mhm.
We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is past.
It would be like a bit redundant though. But imagine you lived here, eh? Steven! What up, man? Imagine you lived here and you wanted to go to the airport by train. Why would you not be able to? Let's go. Stop somewhere on the way, though. I think going via this way. That's the way. Steven, hello, welcome in. Hope the day treating you well, dude. We're just chit-chatting about this, that, and the other thing, eh? Then yeah, this one. Oh my gosh. Yes, dude, it does make it. And then back that up. Oh my gosh. How's the old city going? Not too bad, man. As is tradition, we are entirely all over the place with our build. 17 different things going on at once. But we've added some new trains, and I worked out one of our train routes. And so I'm just kind of like redoing that right now. And I've added an extra one. So now you can effectively get around the entirety of the map by train. That's so freaking cool. Maybe the airport train can be like green for no real reason. A uniform fleet color. These are all kind of things that we'll have to like come up with answers for. But do we want a uniform fleet? You want the buses and stuff to match. We could have like a big day of, you know, jazzing up the fleet, right? But yeah, a little bit of an addition over here. We upgraded our highway system through here. Traffic's getting a little bogged down. I think it's one of those road vehicles. Yeah. A new rail yard. Heck yeah. And then a little bit of building here. But the main pièce de résistance is trains that go throughout the map now. And I was hoping to get just a little bit... Mountain Case? What up, man? Hoping to get a little bit more work at the airport done. Like an expo center. Something cool like that, you know? Add to our hotel. Oh, yeah, brother. Speaking of kitties, I need to do... oh, join the Discord. You can see the kitty cats that way. So I need to post photos in the description or something so you guys can see our beautiful kittens. All right, do we have an expo center? No, that's weird, eh? Huh. Remember, I'm locked out of the Discord forever. Yeah, that's weird. Huh. Well, you need to have, like, a proxy, then. I'm kind of like, how do you not have an expo center, eh? Two-factor burned me. We had this conversation. That's right. I remember this now. You'd have to write them basically a letter and like find ways with like legal documents to prove that you are you. My friend had to go through this hurdle for a two-factor authentication bork. Yeah, I don't know what we can use as like a placeholder, but I feel like that's something we need to like get from the workshop now, though, right? Oh my goodness. Am I me? Well, this is a different friend. This is a different friend. Oh, unless you mean, yeah, well. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but the honor system doesn't quite work on the internet. Because I believe that you are you. And I know that you're you, because I've met you. And I can tell that you are because of how, you know, how you are. But at least one person would probably ruin that. You have to err on the side of caution, apparently. Okay, none of those will work. Yeah, what's like a good placeholder for an expo center? Having the giant Fairmont Hotel here would be kind of cool too. My plans have been monkey wrenched, eh? Yeah. Well, there's no stopping the production. Just means we gotta like keep a spot open for it, and we'll have to grab a an asset later. But what can you do while you're at the airport besides just go to your one Holiday Inn Express, right? So why don't you get a little like zone of things to do here? Some shops, a little restaurant maybe. These are our buses. We should have an express bus that brings you here. So you don't need to come in necessarily by train. And then zoom around once you're in here too. Alright, for anyone else then, eh? Oh, the shops at Marina Bay. That's cool, 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 cool. I just downloaded these too. Oh my goodness! Oh, brother, that is the coolest looking asset ever. That's the downtown Peach Factory for our memes, that's right. Yo, that is so insanely cool for an asset. I believe this comes from, where is Marina Bay? Marina Bay Sands. Is this Florida? Is this like somewhere in Asia? Like, I have no idea, eh? But man, that is so cool. And that helps kind of like fill the other side of the quay wall so beautifully for the downtown. Oh, I'm like shook at how good that fits. All right, well, yeah, back to business over here, eh? Oh, a car dealership. That's a fun thing. Might throw one of these in elsewhere. Airport Ford, you know? That's what I mean. Like, the city, like, you try to stick to one project, but there's just so much on the go now that I get excited if I feel like something kind of fits somewhere else, you know? I swear, if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, hi, do you have, like, ADHD? Why can't you focus on anything? And it's like, well, I don't know. I just happen to like the city building and the lifestyle. Oh, my goodness. I was saying, though, for those of you who are just joining us now, like, it'd be fun to have a bit more of, like, an organic growth strategy for the city building. Start with everything, like, unlocked, have a very small town, make it feel like we started, like, 100 years ago, and then just kind of, like, move forward with an organic storytelling approach from that. Already thinking of our next series, eh? Oh, a little IHOP. There you go. Ah, perfect. International House Pancakes. And I think adding one of our custom gas stations. There you go. Okay, I'm just gonna swap around our soundtrack here just for the last little bit. I have so much maple syrup that I rarely use. Oh, that's a very Canadian statement to make. I have a decent amount of syrup. I wouldn't say like too much though. Hooters! Oh, that's perfect. Nothing spells class like Hooters, right? I don't know, like, what do you guys feel like we need over here, eh? I think the Expo Center, I think that is actually like a really smart shout. We'll need to figure that one out. Otherwise, the airport, you know, a lot of people like would pass through here. You don't need to like necessarily make your way into like the city though if you're coming this far in. Hence the need for like the Expo Center up here, right? But if you did only come to the city and then hang out in this quadrant, would you be able to get like enough of like the Lakewood vibe? Like, would this leave you with a lasting impression that you'd want to come back? Or would you be like, oh, no, dude, I don't get the hype, you know? New Lakewood makes no sense, you know? Hotel. The quest for the perfect asset, right? Yep. Put this gas station next to the Ford dealership. As far as car dealerships go, I do also have a what you call it? Oh, thanks. That's great. No, Nissan. Oh, yes, yeah. That's cool, actually. Look at that building. It feels like it wants to be sandwiched against something else, though. I like that. Very Seattle, very Vancouver. Like, where would we be right now without the workshop, eh? It's so crazy how that's coming around. You know what? Since we have a few little stores over here, I think we're getting a little commercial section. Should check down at Best Buy. All right, well, I guess your guys' homework. If you have any cool assets, I need to start shopping for some more. I feel like we are pretty decently, like, aware of what's, like, popping off in the workshop these days, but there was a good minute where I was quite disconnected. I had no idea who was working on what was being made. You know, like, what worked for the current version, what was like, oh, no, that's outdated, dude. But we're starting to get a bit more of a handle on that again. But forever and always, if you guys have suggestions, like, this is a series we're working on together. Especially if you haven't played the game in, like, eons, you're kind of curious, like, you know, what's up these days, right? I'm going to zone just a little bit of commercial over here. Cute. I like a little bus to go through here eventually, but I think I want to maybe like bring another arterial road across. Like something that kind of like goes to like that. Yeah. And this one goes across now. These bigger puzzle pieces, when they start to sit and fit, it's such a good feeling. Oh, man. If that also became an interchange, and then that can talk to the back, and then you have like a loop through the airport now too. Ooh. Oh, I don't know if we have time to do this, but let's try. Let's absolutely try. Guys, we are back this Friday. We had a couple interruptions last week to our stream, but I do see this as kind of like, you know, we're planting a forest for the long haul here. I do want to keep up with our episodes, obviously, but sometimes stuff happens, but I'm hoping the long-term success of this series, though, is kind of, you know, starting to show itself, right? Hope you guys are enjoying it, too, making this far in. I feel like, you know, like, politely, we're all over the place, but I don't think that's bad, but I had, like, ambitious ideas when I started that are kind of tough to stick to, but I think if nothing else, we've had a lot of fun. And it's just so good to have, like, so many, like, faces, you know, back in here. I'd say, like, measurable success that way, you know? I'm already thinking of, like, the next one, which is, like, crazy talk, but yeah, I never thought we'd be, like, live streaming on YouTube. I just never, like, felt like the platform for it, right? They've made such, like, you know, leaps and bounds, you know? You know, and Twitch has, like, their own ideas when it comes to the live stream, but I'm just happy we have options. And then not every platform is for everybody, right? So it's good to just kind of, like, you know, go a bit wide with the content, see who shows up. Cool when we have the overlap, you know. I recognize some of you from other platforms, right? That's cool. But it's onwards and upwards with the content in general, and I really do appreciate the support. It's a pleasure to spend time with you all, and to meme. Alright, mushy stuff out of the way. You got an interchange to build. Yeah, I got it. I think. I hope. Yeah, the back way into the airport. That's cool, right? Actually, that's true. That's true. But I believe I've been Johnny on the spot with your comments today, sir. Oh, man. Like, again, I don't have any time for this, but you know it'd be really fun to try with 0 time budget? A diverging diamond. Oh, say less. I'm with you. What do the cool kids say? Bet. Let's go. Hi, please, like, never do that again. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, my goodness. The oh, yeah is so... I say that so often that Panda now is like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That poor girl. Then one more for the, like, unconventional, misshapen intersection committee. All right, so that's got to change directions. So we come like as such. And then diverging diamonds, just in case you missed the last one, right? It's a faster, safer way to merge on and off the highway. And it limits, like, the type of collision points that are dangerous. And so you drive towards your ground level crossing here that has a traffic light. You switch sides, and then you like merge and then get on and off the highway at the same flow rate of the traffic. So you're gonna like bump into someone like not head on with a collision. Head on, Steven, literally, dude. Head on. And so that's the exit coming towards here. Apply directly to the forehead. And then I think we should make, like, at least one somewhere on the map, but a diverging diamond that's highway to highway. And that's called a double crossover merging interchange, DCMI. Beep, beep. Oh, my God. What a meme, dude. What a meme. Oh, my heaven to Betsy. Okay. I think, like, if nothing else, it's really cool that this game just gives you the ability to, like, just try this stuff. Like, for all that we're critical of our little Skylines friend here, it really is good. And it's always been, like, fun and good. It's just gotten a lot better. Just a shame it didn't really, like, it didn't match the expectations at launch. But it got there, though. Like, it effectively has gotten there. And it feels good that we're here. And a lot of people, like, stuck through the whole journey. And there's new people. Like, it's such a cool... Like, I like it, you know? How do you describe it correctly? You just like it. You like chit-chatting about the cities. You like the lifestyle. You like it. You want more of it. Steven, we'll see you later, eh? Thanks for checking in, man. And, beep beep, eh? All right, well, as we run out of time here, I'll try to do my best. But any thoughts, questions, hopes, dreams? If not, we'll see you on Friday. And so help me God, I have such good intentions to, like, go through and, like, respond to a bazillion comments, but I'm so just, like, out of it when it comes to trying to respond to comments. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me this series. I really do appreciate the comments. You guys are watching. Like, never take anything personally if I don't respond right away. Or just come see me and we can kind of, like, chit-chat live, right? And then, yeah, do let me know your thoughts. Like, Manor Lords, it's like a new series. Like, if you made it this far, like, what are you interested in watching as the channel evolves, right? Our goal is just to kind of keep on making content for as long as we can. Onwards and upwards, you know what I'm saying? Red Dead. Well, Red Dead is for YouTube. Or, not YouTube. Twitch. How dare you? Stranded Alien Dawn. Okay, I'm not asking you guys anymore. I give up. Anyone else besides these two characters? Oh my god. And then, yeah, I feel like we've tipped over the halfway point, but we still have so much work to do on this city. But it's like, you know, we're getting there. Whatever happened to News Cycle, I just kind of lost momentum. I don't even know if they're still, like, working on it or not, but cool, fun ideas with that game, but you know how it works. You gotta play, like, what works, right? Yeah, that's such a weird one, because I don't want to change the content too much from, like, what people, like, originally subscribed here for. But then, like, we're at such a disconnect from some of, like, the, you know, the OGs who didn't even know we're, like, making this as a series, right? I feel like we shouldn't really be afraid to try new things, but in my mind, people kind of subscribed here for Skylines or Skylines adjacent at one point. So how do we, like, get people to kind of, like, you know, come back and hang out? And then use that momentum to, like, try other games and then try to, like, make something of this again, you know? Like a delicate order, but there is, like, the correct order in which we can start doing things to grow. And that would be, like, the goal. To have, like, both content platforms kind of, like, feed into each other, expand further even. Sky's the limit, you know? Especially if you enjoy the content. Why not make more of it? But yeah, so if you guys can, just, like, tell your friends. Just make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button. Like, all these dorky things are, like, helpful, and we need them, you know? This is my call to arms, you know? Help out if you can. Okay, I think just given the angle at which we're coming in at, I'm going to just get that to be its own little lane for a second. And then that's going to be a bit of an issue. Oops. Move that slightly over. Okay, well, I officially will not be able to finish this in today's episode, so we'll just try to remember that this is what we were working on. But I will be back on Friday. So, thank you very much for hanging out. We're all wonderful people to hang out with. Got sorta somewhere, eh? Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I like that. And these are big building blocks that started to, like, appear over here. That makes me happy to see. That is cool. That's a beautiful asset. Spoiler, he won't remember. Oh, my days. Oh, my heaven to Betsy. Gosh, it looks good. And then final verdict. Is this a disaster? No, it is not. Excellent. All right, we'll pick up on that too next episode. Otherwise, thank you very much for hanging out. We will see you guys on Friday. Love, peace, and hair grease. This is Imperial Jedi. Canada checking out. And to prove that we're not addicted and we can quit anytime we want, watch this.